Hey guys, it's Dilleen here. In this video, we're going to be going through just some key points that you need to understand and that I want you to know before we go through this pest and building inspection report. Going through a pest and building report can sometimes seem quite daunting because there's an immense amount of information. Usually they're about 50 to 60 pages long. They have a very large amount of photos, and often I find that they don't present the property in the best light as well, because it's purely all negativity about the report and it doesn't list anything good about the property. It just lists what things are bad in that particular property. So first thing I want to say is do not freak out when you open up the pest and building report. Just try to digest it. Contact either myself or the team, Sarah, Natalia, or any of the acquisition team here at Dilleen Property, and we can provide our guidance, our knowledge, our feedback. Also, before you think that you're going to terminate or pull out of it, take a deep breath and even try to contact the pest and building inspector who actually went out to the property themselves. I found from previous experience, even myself, I used to freak out a lot when I got that first pest and building inspection report, because you see things, like cosmetic issues. You might see the word major defect. You might see the word previous termite damage. You might, see mold or whatever it is, depending on what property you're actually buying. Now, obviously, generally the newer the property you get, like the less cosmetic issues and defects and things like that you'll generally come up in a pest and building. But first things, don't freak out. Give us a call, shoot us an email. We're going to be in contact. Our team will be in contact with you soon, likely within the next 2 to 3 days, regardless, now that you've received this report. Some further common things that you may see in this report would be different terminology. So there's things such as, they classify different issues in relation to defects such as minor and major. I've personally seen in the past, like when I read a report and I was going through it, I saw the word major defect. The word major, to me, I thought it was gonna, something crazy was gonna happen. It was gonna cost me 10 or 50 or 30 grand or whatever it is. But they can sometimes classify a defect as a major, even if it doesn't seem as, common sense that it is a major. To me, loose tiles on the floor or wall should potentially come under, a minor cosmetic defect, depending on the situation. So don't freak out if your report says major. Long story short, do not freak out if it says major. Talk to us, talk to the inspector. Further to the point, as well as we continue, I'll give you a few different examples in a second, but bear in mind when you're buying a property throughout your investing journey, one of the things I like to look at is, if I'm hypothetically buying a property, let's say it's $300,000, but I can see personally that there is, many other comparable sales selling for $330,000 or $360,000. So let's say the midpoint's $350,000. So I'm buying a $350K property that I know will realistically get valued at that point very soon, but I'm buying for $300,000. That essentially means, from an equity position, I'm making, $50,000 on a property. Now, when you're buying existing properties, things can pop up, and it's important to, learn and evolve and, increase your mindset about it and not sweat the small stuff, as easy as it is to.